Hello, wonderful Biafrans, lovers of freedom. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your location. Join me, my wonderful people, and let us continue. Today is Monday, the 16th, June 2025, when our leader, Mazen Nnamdi and our Prime Minister are in court. Join me, my people, let us continue. Biafra remains and continues to be our nation, our religion, and my people, we must evangelize and let the world know what is going on in Biafra land. Wonderful people all over the world, as you are joining this platform, remember that this is one of the Biafra Republic Government in Exile media platform, where we bring you information relating to Biafra and nothing but Biafra. It is always Biafra first. Our interest matters. Join me from wherever you are watching and let us continue. PM also went to court today, but we are expecting a feedback from his lawyers, so definitely by tomorrow, I will bring you people updates on our PM's hearing today. But we have a little bit of hearing outcome on our leader, Mazen Nnamdi. Hello, Irene. Thank you so much. Thank you, my wonderful Biafran sister. Thank you so much. Let's start with our jingle. Let's start with our jingle.
Tell me what we do, everybody want to kill us. They want to take what belongs to us. Try. We they love our neighbors, so we they love ourselves too. So it is written in the holy book. Try. You find a channel, na meranyi biko godo onyolu welu mono aya na meranyi do onyolu welu mono onyo chai chukwu kikele anyị na bogi the time is now. We want to go. Remember your promises. Oh, na me oh, onuzo ke Biafra. Merani onuzo ke Biafra. Na merani onuzo ke Biafra. Ndi Roma anyị gburugburu anachi wepụ ndụ anyị n'ike. Shata. Oh, they are holding our lead. Mazen Nnamdi. Now is Prime Minister Mazen Simon. We shall rise and defend our land. The land of rising sun is our hope. bikonu sitende muziki kamehe iwele
Yes, yes.
Wonderful Biafrans, lovers of freedom, my people. I welcome all of you today. The people from homeland, as usual, had a seat at home. And we all know what they call Monday is the holy day for our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I welcome all of you who are watching. Colleen, for me, thank you so much for joining. Make your comments, my people, respectfully. And if you want to join me on the studio, please indicate. Anyway, let me put the link there so that anyone who would like to join me, you can leave your video on or you can leave it closed and speak to Biafrans. My people, take it that this platform, which is one of the Breji platforms, is for every Biafran here. You have every right to join us and speak to your people. We are transparent people. We are very knowledgeable people. We love life. We love ourselves. That's why our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, will always be supported by all of us because he is leading us to our safety. He is where he is today because of all of us. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not a very selfish man. He is not a self-centered man. He is not a man that is very materialistic. As a human being, we are all selfish somehow. That selfishness stems from you thinking about yourself, establishing yourself very well. When you are balanced, you will be able to shoulder another person's responsibility. And that is how I can say that my leader may be self-centered, to look after himself. Because if you are expecting someone to get your back, they must be capable of doing that. They must be in a position whereby they can help you and remain strong for you. But our leader is not a self-centered man. So anytime we are talking about Biafra, it is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it is Simon Ekpa, our two heroes. Today, both of them have hearing in courts. But you all know that Finland is quite far from us. And our PM's barristers, they do call in the evenings to give us feedback. So by tomorrow, I will definitely tell you people the feedback on the hearing in Finland. But today, my people, let us listen to one of our brothers who has the opportunity to get everything that was said in court in the hearing of our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Wonderful Biafrans. When you listen to this video, you will definitely marvel. I am so ashamed of myself that I belong to this tribe that does nothing but always come out to persecute and sell their own brother. You will be shocked to know who is coming, who came today to testify against our leader. Just like the IPOB, 3 evil men were in Finland last week to testify against our PM. You people will be shocked to your bone who came to testify against our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So, my people, let's get it on. It's unfortunate, so unfortunate, that we have all gotten to this level You understand that we will allow ourselves to be used, to
The
we will
best-selling
allow
standing air
ourselves
conditioner fan at John
to
Lewis
be
is
used.
finally on sale. This is a high-tech air conditioner fan.
Now, the prosecution witness said there was a box. Yes, there was a box found in the house. And in that box, there were 2 pump actions and 2 pistols with bullets. In that same box. So. Now, in that same box, they said there was a transmitter. Listen very carefully. In that same box, there was a transmitter. That means that was the box that the transmitter was imported with. Now, in that transmitter, they say, open the transmitter. They open the transmitter. And in that transmitter now, they said that there was no transmitter inside when they opened the transmitter. Now, what they found in the transmitter now is household items. They did not specify the household items. So this was the testimony the masked witness gave. So let me recount it for you again. 1, there was a box. In that box, there were 2 pump actions, 2 pistols, bullets. Now, in that same box again, transmitter was on one side. And inside the transmitter, the radio transmitter, there was no radio transmitter. According to the witness, what was inside the transmitter was household items, of which wasn't specified. Beautiful. Well and good. Let me take you down memory lane a little bit.
Sorry, my people, I have to actually get you the hearing of today. My apologies. It is one of these ones. Let's listen to him.
Nnamdi Kanu's court day. And of course, I have been waiting for this particular day. In fact, I have not even slept for the past few days because of the last court day and the anticipation I had leading up to today. I have been patiently waiting because of a particular allegation against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that touched me and has caused me sleepless nights. You remember the video that was played in the court on the last day, which is 13th. A particular video was played in the court where one Onyami of a man, and this video was played in the whole court on that day as an evidence against Nnamdi Kanu, where Onyami accused Nnamdi Kanu of ordering him to kill 2,000 people.
People, are you hearing that? This Onyami is no less a person than a man from Imo State, an Igbo man, a Biafran. My people, I don't know whether we were groomed or we were tamed or we were tutored, educated on how to betray ourselves. When you watch and consider everything going, fellow Biafrans, you will understand that everything going on is for the interest of the Oyibo man at the end of the day. Just like the French people are trying to use fellow Burkina Faso people to kill their own brother for the interest of a Frenchman. That is what is going on in Nigeria. Let's continue.
You see that particular thing, eh? That particular statement touched me. Nnamdi Kanu, as in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, ordering to take the lives of 2,000 people. I didn't want to say anything a day after that court, but I went to do my due diligence, to do my research, because such allegations against a whole Mnk'S Nnamdi Kanu is not what I would take with a pinch of salt. You can say anything you like against him, but not the spilling of blood. Don't worry. Follow me in this video, because we are heading somewhere. Because I will tell you, I went and I've done my due diligence. I have done my fact-checking. I have crossed all the I's, dotted all the T's, and I bring to you in this bumper-packed, action-filled video, not only exposing who this Onyami is, but also fact-checking him and dissecting all the allegations he made against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
Struggling with glasses or contacts, you're not alone. Many seek a lasting solution to vision problems, and LASIK.
So stick with me, because today is not only his court day, but a day where his enemies will be put to shame. As usual, like this video, subscribe to my channel, and click on notification bell. Please work with me and watch this video to the end so that you don't miss out any detail and any secret that has been revealed today. Let's move on. Breaking news reaching our table right now is that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's court case that was scheduled to hold for today, the 16th, has just been shifted to the 18th for for this reason. Are you serious?
Yes, Biafrans. You see, when I heard that this very judge here, Omotosho, have started this case, because there was a judge appointed by the Nigerian government for him to come and preside over Onyendu's case. The judge denied. He declined, he declined officiating in this case. Do you know the judge's reason, my people? The judge said that Nigeria government brought back this man unlawfully, and that this man has no case to answer in Nigeria, that no court in Nigeria has jurisdiction, that is power, judicial or legal power, to decide his case. But this one came in. When this man came in, my people, I knew that Onyendu is not, I don't know, only God will save us to come out of this case. Now they have started their tactical way of delaying Onyendu till another year. What do this court even do in a day's hearing to warrant them adjourning cases for another day? By this 18th now, they will tell you, but when he started, he pretended and lied that this case is going to take accelerated procedure. That is speedy work, that they will do it speedily, highest 1 week. Any accelerated procedure is like having hearing every day for at least 1 week for the case to go. That is accelerated procedure. But it's over 2 weeks now when this man, over 3 weeks, when this man came in, and they are still postponing and postponing until the year ends. To tell you what Ifeanyi Ejiofor is doing in the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu behind closed doors, because Ifeanyi Ejiofor works with the Nigeria government. And when Onyendu sacked him, he boasted that he will deal with this case, and he is doing it. How can a judge, a case, something that is before you that you can decide over 2 days or 3 days, you keep postponing and postponing and postponing, and they have gathered all their evidence, they have their witnesses. So this is another tactical court hearing to make Onyendu very soon. Now, this month we will enter in July. When we are in July, that is the 7th month of the year, remaining only 3 months or 5 months, and the year will end. This is it. But Gumi is busy moving around the whole country with all the AK-47 terrorists, making people uneasy, buying so many people all over the whole nation, all over the region. Nobody is talking about it. The only thing you will hear in Nigeria is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Simon Ekpa, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Simon Ekpa. Yet they are dying slowly. They are clearing them up with speed. Let's continue. He is postponing it because he has come there to joke. He doesn't want to. That is their tactical way of delaying Onyendu. Onyendu and our PM is the only person delaying the Fulanization and the Islamization of that country. The moment they are able to round us up, they will declare that the whole Nigeria is now an Islamic nation. It is us that are the delay they have. That's why I always tell our people, you see this Biafra gov.org/donate, biafrainUSA.org/donate. That is our only escape route. Somebody was saying, oh, if the PM is detained, what of the gun that BLA are using? Is it detained? No. When you have gun and you have live bullet in it, and you know every part of the gun is fixed until it has a shape of gun. There is the one they call magazine. That magazine is where the bullets are. When you finish one magazine, what do you expect? You need money to buy another one. And keeping Biafra within our domain, within our land, is the only reason why we are doing what we are doing. Biafra is not going to be a nation on the internet or a nation online. No. We need to safeguard our land. Yesterday, we had Aludo virtual visit by our APM, and people from homeland, they really tried and were donating generously. This is what we expect every Biafran to be doing, especially those business ones who have money. Whether you have dollar, euro, whatever, naira, donate it. We need it. Because all this impunity is because they believe that they are now holding our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and holding our PM in Finland. Therefore, we have clipped their wings. No, my people, this is our wing here. biafragov.org/donate and biafrainUSA.org/donate. Once you donate to it generously, and we have enough money in our kitty, my people, they will not succeed. And let us remember that this land that BLA, BDF, and Biafra resistant fighters are protecting, that is our legacy. That is what our ancestral parents left for us. Are we going to allow Fulanis to take it because Onyendu is being held or because PM is being held. No, my fellow Biafrans. We cannot live overseas for the rest of our lives. We have home. And we cannot allow this minority Fulanis to take over our land. It's not done, my people. So let's continue to listen to this, our brother, with the news he got because he has his own radio house and he is a Biafran. They all have access to those information, what happened in the court today. Let's continue to listen to him.
For a reason that will shock all of you. Can you imagine? Look at the reason they gave. Stick with me and I will tell you the shocking reason why this case was just postponed till Wednesday the 18th. I will reveal it to you as we keep going, and you'll be amazed why his case was shifted. Wonders shall never end. Wonders shall never end in this life. A lot of things to reveal to you today. Just stick with me, let's go. First of all, let us reveal who this Onyami is. It's important for you to accuse Nnamdi Kanu of such grave offense. You must expose, we must know who you are and check you to know who you're working for and if truly what you said is what actually is. Simple. You must come with clean hands. Let's go. Listen to this. Who is Onyami? Who is Onyami? Let's go. His name is Emoyiri Uzoma Benjamin. Does it ring a bell? His name is...
My people, have you seen it? This is another Onyoshi. Onyi Igbo Bialigba Mazi Nnamdi Kanu Akebe. Just like they did to our PM last week in Finland. Kunu we malu no ndi aka ndi nwa bekee na-use. Use o Fulani use unu. We na ejide our leaders. So that Kafabia Islamize and Fulanize us. Fanodu na TV, online, na si unu damburu banka that no farm we Nigeria. And they jim video, only one old video mji. Nga akpolo unu here. Ko unu fuka ndi ocha si wele anyi, wele sindi Fulani. Kafa si wele anyi. We don't have to really give up, my people. We don't have to give up. Onya bụ onye Imo State Bialigba, our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu Akebe today. Ka m tinye ka ọ na-akpọkọ unu nụ.
Emoyiri Uzoma Benjamin, aka Onyami. He is from Imo State and he claims to be a member, a commander of the ESN, Eastern Security Network. He was arrested in 2021 by Nigerian security operatives. What is his role in ESN? Listen carefully. Onyami identified himself as an operational commander with the ESN. Please make sure you're following so you don't miss any detail. He also alleged that he operated in Olu. That's where he carries out his operations, and the surroundings of Imo State, where the ESN was engaged in frequent clashes with Nigerian security forces. Let's go on. The security agents paraded him as one of the most violent operatives, claiming he was involved in killings, enforcement activities, and mystical rituals using charms to operate. Now, I want you to note that in all this, when the matter was brought up, the IPOB denied he was a legitimate ESM member and called him an implant and an imposter.
Unafuge, this person claiming that he is ESN, the people denied him. Ndị na-alụ ụdị ọlụ a bụ ndị otu Hopeless Uzodimma. Look at him. Ka o si wee bịa bupụta irie. Do you know how much he must have been paid? Onye Igbo ga-apụta ịgba Maazị Nnamdi Kanu. Hopeless Uzodimma ga-akwụgo onye a millions. The same thing kafa kwuru ndị nke bi Finland to betray our PM. One of them abata n'ime court gbapụ that na moye amekwe to say anything against this man. In Finland, etu a ka esi eyuzu ndị Igbo wee na-etisasị ife anyị na-eme. Apụtasị gị na Igbo enwere eze. We don't love ourselves. Look at it. This one said na onye ndu zilie ya je gbuo ndị mmadụ. Or if onye ndu na-ezi. You can imagine. It's just a way or a bid to keep onye ndu Maazị Nnamdi Kanu detained. Because all the ọlụ Hope Uzodimma, ndị Fulani dị bent on iyuzugide Hope Uzodimma until ogbuchasịa ndị Igbo niile for them. Because unu mana Hope bụ Anam robber. Hope bụ onye ọjọọ. And the Fulani, that is their modus operandi, the way they act. They work with criminals. They work with evil people. They work with bad eggs in the society. That's what they do. He kill all these people now with Fulani today. Found with very bad past. Very bad past. So for this guy, Igbo, onye aibia court today na agba onye ndu akaebe onye Igbo nna onwe ka ọ dị.
Now, here is the catch. What is the connection between Onyami and Nnamdi Kanu Mazi? What is the link, and what are they trying to link between them? This is the part I need your attention very most. Because without a link, you cannot establish an offense. What is that crime? They want to link to Nnamdi Kanu. Now, listen to the connection between Onyami and Nnamdi Kanu. In quotes, Onyami claimed to have had direct communications with Nnamdi Kanu via encrypted channels. That is secret radioing and other electronic device that he communicates personally with Nnamdi Kanu. Especially through a handler named Mama Biafra. Let's go on. He alleged that Kanu gave him explicit instruction on executing violent orders, including the alleged killings. Do you understand? IPOB, on the other hand, said he never met or interacted with Kanu and his story is just fabricated. Now, let's go on. This is the big one. Listen. Onyami alleged that Nnamdi Kanu ordered him to kill, to unalive 2,000 people in the revenge of the death of ESN commander Ikonso. That is what Onyami said. That Nnamdi Kanu ordered him to produce 2,000 heads. He claimed that the instruction was that Ikonso must be buried with 2,000 human heads. He also stated that part of the victims were used to make fetish charms and for protection rituals under Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's direction.
Can you imagine that?
Are you seeing the allegations? He also claimed to have direct regular contact with Kanu through voice message and intermediaries, relaying instructions on assassination enforcement and mystical practices. Did you hear what I heard? These are the allegations that this Onyami made against Nnamdi Kanu that they are holding dish out. At this point, I would like to read out the analysis and the verdict and the conclusion on the check of this so-called Onyami's character, personality, credibility, and compromise. Let's go. The timeline inconsistency. First of all, Onyami claimed to have joined ESN in 2019, but ESN was formed in 2020, according to our fact-checking.
Yes, my people, when you hear something like this, you will definitely know na onye a bụ onye akpọtara akpọta, zie ya ife ọ ga-eme. You understand? Osigo na onye ndu gwara ya gbuo 2,000 people. Onye ndu onwere ebe onye ndu kpọsara ya 2,000 people, ọ ga-abụ olurana ogbuo that number of people. Bịa weteli a result. Is he an ESN commander? Onye ndu geji ya na onye ndu geji na-enwe communication. And look at the time o si na ya join 2019, whereas na afọmụ ESN by onye ndu on the 12th of December 2020. Okunu wee mara onye a na-ezi ezi. This is how they are disorganizing what we are doing. That is why I keep advising our people that no matter what is said, no matter the kind of good news we give you, no matter the kind of annoying news we give you, the only good news is to pay something to biafragov.org/donate or biafrainUSA.org/donate. This is our only way out. I know that people like to hear news. It cheers them up, it makes them happy. But after hearing the news, what next? The next thing is that you are in control of your own land. That our gallant men are controlling our land. That is the basic thing. My people, no matter the kind of news that anybody give you about the progress of your business, the main thing is funding. That is what we need for now. Makana anya chalundi Fulani oku, they are everywhere. They have unleashed mayhem on all the regions. Because they believe that they are holding PM, that we are no longer together, that we are no longer contributing, that they believe that. Because if these people, our men, gallant men on ground, how dare these people? If I call hope uzodema, because hope is now illiterate in Achindi Golakuko, Fondi Fulani, or Kosi Wekpete, or deal like that. Ogabia go onye nka kwuo ya ụgwọ si agije onye nka na-akọ erizi. Lee na onye anya ọ dị unu ka ụdị mmadụ onye ndu na-enwe time talking to the person. Onye ndu doesn't talk or have anything to do with this kind of traitor. I'm telling you the honest truth. Onye ndu can never have anything to do with Onyenka. He's not a commander. He lied that Nia joined the ESN 2019, whereas na ESN they formed 2020. You know? So, my people, Odiegu, let's continue.
If you have arthritis and wonder what food could be doing to your joints, watch this.
There are 3 simple changes I tell all.
Yes. Fact check me. You said you were a member of ESN in 2019. My brother, ESN was formed in 2020. Got you. Secondly, you claim that Nnamdi Kanu asked you to murder 2,000 people. But there is no evidence connecting his order. Where is the evidence? Where is the link? You said you have direct call to Nnamdi Kanu. You have a radio direct link. Where is the evidence of him giving you any directive? Where is the evidence of that statement or that order given to you? Do you have evidence? Because that kind of big, hefty allegations should not come without an evidence. Unless you are even culpable.
Yes.
It turns into character assassination and can send you to prison. Because in all this, he that alleges must prove. You are alleging true statements. A statement without evidence.
Yeah.
What is that?
No evidence.
Who does that? So number 2, fact check. There is no evidence to corroborate that story. So number 1, saying that you are an ESN member doesn't add up because ESN was formed 2020 and you claimed to be a member 2019. That's one. The second one, you claimed that Nnamdi Kanu said you should unalive 2,000 people. There is no evidence corroborating that story.
Oh.
Number 2, dropped. Let's go on. He made all confessions under custody. Under police custody, of course, without even a lawyer. So how do we know? Going by the fact that we know what goes on in the country, we know. And of course, you saw how Nnamdi Kanu's statement in the DSS dungeon was thrown away from the court because, of course, he did not write it with his lawyer and it was under duress. A whole Nnamdi Kanu. So how are we going to admit your own confessions that was made in the police station without a lawyer or anything? How can we prove that it was not coerced? Because definitely, a statement written without a lawyer or under captivity, 99% of the time is under duress. So that one alone is thrown out everything you've said. And in all this, the IPOB called him a disgraced criminal, paraded by the security operatives used to push a narrative to demonize IPOB and justify the detention of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They also claimed that he was never a part of the ESN or the IPOB, but an implant meant to tarnish the group's public image, of which I have already told you already, that this man is definitely this man is definitely not who he claims he is. So,
yes, my people, you should all remember that during this time, that members of IPOB who were selected ESN members, they were all on oath. None of them at that time could even come out like this. One of them, look at this hungry looking guy, would come out to testify against our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu without thinking twice. This is the thing. There is no how that this man is an ESN member.
Let's take it one by one. Was he a real ESN commander? There is no verifiable proof on that. Apart from IPOB denying it, there is no verifiable proof that Onyami was an ESN commander. Also, were the allegations against Nnamdi Kanu credible? The claims he made were under detention and under duress. Therefore, they are unproven and as fact-checked and is not credible and can't be tendered as an exhibit before the court. Also, are his claims trustworthy? This is what made me laugh. How can you trust a story that is inconsistent? A story that didn't even start well, that says that you were a member of something that started in 2020 and you said that you're a member in 2019. So how is it trustworthy? It's not trustworthy. It can't be trustworthy. So whoever this so-called Onyami is that has been kept in custody and statements have been extracted for him in custody, never even brought out to face the law, never even brought out one day for the public for him to speak in the public. I'm not even sure he has been granted a lawyer, whoever he is. How can we trust such a man?
Oh,
Look at all the things he has said. Look at it.
very inconsistent evidence.
Perhaps if anybody among all these people was going to be trustworthy in the statement, it could have been Ikonso himself, who generally everybody accepts that this is a member of the organization. And Nnamdi Kanu himself has said it timely that this man is doing a work for the people, for the community.
Mm-hmm.
But when they were meant to arrest him, what did they do? They instead killed him. Perhaps if you had brought such a person that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has accepted that he knows this one, anything he's saying, it will be 50-50 that time. At least 50-50. Because he'll be saying it with evidence and facts. Pointing hand here, taking you to sites, calling names, even his gadgets that he has, you can see things there. Such a person has a face, has a name. Unfortunately, Ikonso is not here. So this Onyami of a man, as far as I'm concerned, his statements he's making, after this fact check, have been found out to lack substance, not trustworthy, and should be thrown away. Simple and short. And if for anything, the 2000 whatever is not even part of the count charges Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is facing. The same with the 2 shotguns and the 2 pistols. These are not part of the allegations Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is facing. So at this point in time, it should be very easy for those side comments to be thrown away. But that's for that. I think I have done justice on this so-called Onyami of a man and this diversion or the distraction they try to pull with him in the court.
You don't need an expensive solicitor to write your will. Protect.
So, my people, you have all heard that, and we should all realize one thing. In this very fight with Nigeria government, Nigeria is not giving up. Are we going to give up? Who is Nigeria? Nigeria is Fulani-dominated government that wants a country where they will settle all their marauding brothers and sisters. Fulani governments are the friends of the Western world, Europe, and all that. All the countries that are using Nigeria to deceive the world. They cannot rule themselves. Therefore, Biafrans must move on. We are no longer Nigeria. We used to be. There is no denial about that. Onyendu said that we should always say the truth, even if it leads to your death. And that you must be consistent at all times. Equal air, let your air be your air, so that even if it is verified 10,000 times, it will remain the same. We are Biafrans, very transparent. When we talk about democracy, we demonstrate democracy. We demonstrate it to the core. We do not lie for anybody. Now, there are many things playing up. While we always direct our people to donate, biafragov.org/donate or biafrainUSA.org/donate. If you do not donate to this, there's a video I will show you where you will choose to donate to. My people, we need to get our land. Fulanis cannot take our land from us. They cannot. Because sometimes you'll be waiting for people to tell you what to do. Whereas you should know what you have to do, and you do it. Donating for your liberation army. Look at what they are doing in Benue now. It's so pathetic, my people. Very, very pathetic situation in Benue. Just look at this video. Look at this video and you will tell me what you see there.
Na bandits na dey see so. Na bandits na dey see so. Na money na im dey share. Na say bondo. Na bank dey for carry this money come out. When they give bandit, na see bandit for Nigeria, na dey share money. See bondo. Nobody dey talk anything. No be bank. This money for come out. Who go give bandit this money? My people, Nigeria is finished. My people, now the matter, where they be this so make una see bandits. See them. See ego, bondo. Now see them, totally unbelievable. See them. Now see them. See money. Who are the people sponsoring these bandits? Make una tell us, we don't understand. We don't see I'm saying not be one Nigeria. No. Some people, now they get in Nigeria pass others. What is going on in our country? Una see ego, una see the money. Make una help us ask these bandits the right when they get where other Nigerians no get. From the look of things, because say they be bandits, they get a right. That is what we are seeing right.
Now, my people, you have seen all this money in the bush where these terrorists are. These are the money the people paid to them for ransom because they kidnapped their people. They will go and pay them 10 million, 20 million, 100 million. Whereas we are here telling you to pay us. Go to Google, search there www.biafragov.org/tax. Once you click on it, you will see these two and you will choose. This very link is authentic. It goes direct to the account. It doesn't go to individual account, no. So when you see this, you donate to it. it is for Biafra liberation, Biafra government will disburse it accordingly, my people. Look at what
Right now,
Fulanis are
they
doing.
get right as a bandit. You can do anyhow. You can buy people. You can do whatever you want to do, provided you are a bandit. For Nigerian government, what is going on? Tinubu government, what is going on? What?
You see it? Okay, look at this one. Look at this. Dear friends, just look at this. Are you seeing it? These are criminal ministers that were apprehended with all that money stashed over there. Look at them. You cannot see these people in court. Rather, they will keep bringing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu 4 years, 5 years, every day. Shameless Nigeria will be going to court over one man because he's an Igbo man. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a Yoruba or Hausa or Fulani, he would have gone since. So, we have no other escape route, my people, other than to fight our liberation the only way we know how. Let us not be waiting for our PM to come out or for Onyendu to come out. I don't pray. I'm not happy that they are where they are today. But assuming they don't come out, are we going to give Biafra up? We will not. We won't give up because our leaders are not there. Yes, my people, we will not give up. We will not give up. Let me look for all these people who will be talking and show you, you know. No, the video I wanted is not there. Let me check.
Leaders would win through, but actually, when the election
people,
results
just
were
listen to this
announced by
man.
the Governor General, before the vote was even in.
Listen to this man. He was a British man that worked in Nigeria. He said he worked in Nigeria 1955 or 1953, thereabout. Let's just listen to him, all he had to say. This is the basis of our problem. So listen to him.
Didn't vote, didn't count for that. He didn't wait for that. I have to tell you, the British were counting the votes, and the British cannot be trusted. They look after their friends.
You see?
Loyalty is the big thing for the British, and
Yes.
we were friends.
He said British cannot be trusted. They look after their friends. That's what he said. But we are going to hear more.
With the emirs of the north, we looked on people like Inaharo and Awolowo as rather dangerous people. They might even be communists. That's ridiculous, actually. They couldn't be communists in 1,000 years.
Another Savior, holy, 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 another Savior.
Welcome to the Africa News Channel, where we bring you bold analysis rooted in truth, history, and Africa's liberation. If you're new here, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more critical updates that mainstream platforms avoid. Today's report examines a chilling confession that may change how we view Nigeria's independence forever. Former British colonial officer Harold Smith made a stunning revelation. He was recruited by the British government and sent to Nigeria with a mission, not to observe democracy, but to sabotage it. According to Smith, Nigeria's first democratic election was never intended to be fair. It was rigged before the ballots were even cast.
Mr. Harold Smith, you were featured in a program recently by BBC Radio 4
Yes.
titled Document,
Yes.
and that was hosted by Mr. Mike Thompson.
Yes.
You were alleged that the British government rigged the first and most important election in the history of Nigeria in 1959 in favor of the North.
Please, my people, are you hearing the update here? Are you hearing it? Please, can someone confirm? Hello, my people, are you hearing me? My people, I think we really have to round up. I don't think we have any more information for you people. You know, when we are going round and round looking for what to tell Biafrans, we found out that Israeli people and Iranians have been attacking each other on the air, and the citizens of those countries are suffering. We are really not happy, very sad that such things are happening. It's just a brief detail about foreign news to Biafrans. We are all fighting. Okay, you're hearing me. Please, Uchenna, were you hearing that British man's video so that I can play it? Because if If you people are not hearing it, there won't be any need to play it. Because there are certain things I want to reflect on what he said. Please let me know. Irene, if you are still there, kindly confirm if you were hearing that British Mr. Smith. So my people, as I said earlier, Iran and the Israelis, they are really bombarding themselves. Okay, so I should play it. I should go ahead and play it. That's fine then. Because my people need to hear such information. Okay, okay. Thank you very much.
Stunning revelation. He was recruited by the British government and sent to Nigeria with a mission, not to observe democracy, but to sabotage it. According to Smith, Nigeria's first democratic election was never intended to be fair. It was rigged before the ballots were even cast.
Mr. Arrowsmith, you were featured in a program recently by BBC Radio 4
Yes.
titled Document,
Yes.
and that was hosted by Mr. Mike Thompson.
Yes.
You are alleged that the British government rigged the first and most important election in the history of Nigeria in 1959 in favor of the North. Am I correct?
Yes.
How long were you in Nigeria for?
From 1955 to 1960.
Yeah.
And we were based in Lagos. I was on the staff of the Department of Labour. I was largely occupied with employment problems, all the employment exchanges, and statistics, and international reports, and was kept pretty busy. I was also stationed in Lagos in charge of the capital and the port. I was the port labour officer as well, and I also devised a port labour scheme and later a social security scheme, which was one of the first in Africa, which guaranteed workers some income after they'd finished work. It was a providence scheme. As I say, it was called the National Providence Scheme, and I was very proud to have put that on the statute book.
I was going to ask you what your role is. You've mentioned three important. Is there any particular name given to your office while you were there?
Just labour officer.
I was a labour officer, a senior civil servant.
Okay.
I only intended to stay in Lagos initially for 2 tours of duty. Although, because of this conflict with the elections, there were difficulties. Actually, government wouldn't let me leave the civil service. They were determined that I should stay in the civil service after my 2 tours. And I was offered very considerable incentives, including a knighthood, to stay and work for government. Primarily this was because I had access to state secrets. I learned, and the Governor-General himself confirmed this to me, that the elections were rigged, contrived. The intention was that the North should rule Nigeria.
Have you people heard it? The intention that the election was rigged with the intention for the North to rule Nigeria. Who is that northern people? Fulani, Abubakar Tafawa Balewa. That is the thing that is plaguing that region till tomorrow. And that is why Onyendu, who is a British citizen, was detained by the Fulanis, and they cannot go to, because of their loyalty to the Fulanis, they cannot talk about Onyendu, and they have never. And even if Onyendu stays there till the next 10 years, God will forbid it, they will still not talk about it. Now you have heard him. Let me see if I can take it back a little bit so that you will hear it from him. I'm not the one saying it. Mr. Smith is the one saying it. We are just here to analyze.
Were difficulties. Actually, government wouldn't let me leave the civil service. They were determined that I should stay in the civil service after my 2 tours. And I was offered very considerable incentives, including a knighthood, to stay and work for government. Primarily this was because I had access to state secrets.
He had access to state secrets. He has access to state secrets. He went to tour and came back, and they asked him to continue because they know that he has secrets of the state. That's why they kept him there.
And the Governor General himself confirmed this to me, that the elections were rigged, contrived. The intention was that the North should rule Nigeria.
Can you imagine that? This is what we are suffering till tomorrow. This loyalty of the UK to Fulani. Because when they come to Nigeria, they go straight to the north where the emir stays and pay their allegiance. To them, emir, which is the Fulani man ruling Nigeria for so many years, that man has been the one ruling Nigeria. Forget about this president and vice. No, because you people saw when Tinubu was bowing down for that emir of Sokoto, the Fulani man. This is it. That's why we are suffering today. And it is the same people detaining our PM in Ireland, in Finland. Yes, my sister Irene, she's agreeing with me. She's agreeing with me. And this man, I saw this video, I said, no, my people must know this. We don't have to give up. Because Oyibo man, when they came to Nigeria, it was this Fulani that were buying them. So they became so afraid of them. And that is what is happening. Onyendu abugondi onu. Onyendu borofo onu. Sifani ifu unu neme. Nandi na kuisi ani game unia. And that is what is happening today. Okwebi moboda. O ife neme today no bodofa. Ndia, they ofaga analofa their land. This is it.
In 1956, the northern leaders were very proud and were saying, if they couldn't run Nigeria, never mind elections.
You see, did you hear that? That the northern Fulanis said that if they couldn't run Nigeria, forget about the election. Like now, P2B is smartening up to come out for 2017. Of course, he will, 2027, I mean to say. Of course, he will not win. And I'm not a Obi's fan. Anybody who is a Biafran that is not talking Biafra, I have no business with you. Biafra must come. Must. Capital must. Because they have right to stay in their country, organize it, arrange it, and things will be running according to their plan. But they will just put fire into another country, it will be burning. And we have rights, equal rights. The God who made this world, who put that oil and gas that they are fighting for, that Fulani will come from Futajalon and be taking our land, and the foreigners will be helping them to buy the rest of the region. This is it. This is why we will always donate our money to save our land, our ancestral land. The former eastern region called Biafra that fought this war. This is why we are where we are today. When I saw this video, I said, no, my people must hear this analytically, and whenever we hit on the pressure point, we will hit at it directly. Everybody will know that we have a lot to go with, or a lot to deal with. This is it.
They might not join Nigeria. They might leave. And we all thought, well, how would they survive? There were no industries. There's not a great deal of agriculture, some groundnuts in the north. This wasn't very practical at all.
They said that they saw them, they have nothing. They have no geographical anything, no agricultural anything, only groundnuts. They can't survive on that. So it is our blood that they will come and drain out to go and feed the Fulanis in the north. This is it. That's the whole idea. So we must know that we are the goose that lays the golden egg.
And then it was, the Governor General seemed to be thinking that the North couldn't, even if it won an election, rule Nigeria by itself. The South wouldn't stand for that. So there had to be a partner, either the Igbos in the east or the Yoruba in the west, to team up.
This is why it is always the Yorubas that partners with the Fulani. If a Yoruba man is not the president, Fulani the vice, Fulani will be the president, Yoruba will be the vice. Or Yoruba will be the president, Fulani will be the vice. Just like that, intermittently, using our oil. Because all of you knows when Zamfara gold was discovered, just the other day. But it was this oil all along that made Nigeria, that time calling themselves the giant of Africa. Oil in our land. And you will ask yourself, what development did they achieve for the people, the owners of this land? If you go to Eleme refinery, if you go to Port Harcourt, there are certain places you will go, you will pity these people. The owners of that oil, they don't go there. They cannot come near where the oil is. They don't go close. Whereas it is in their land. Oh, Fulani na Nwabeke, they share whatever is the proceeds over there. And we are sitting by the fence. How do we come out of it? By donating. If we donate, the world does not start and revolve around them. There are still some people that we see that we are working hard, because let me tell you, my people, nobody will recognize you if they don't see that you are working hard, that you are doing everything possible to show that you can be a country of your own. If you are there like a crying baby, they will not come for you to recognize you. And let me tell my dear friends another secret about recognition. A country coming to recognize Biafra is like an investment into the bank or cryptocurrency or trading online. You cannot trade with anyone where you know that your money will go. You will trade with a group that is very powerful, where your money will be yielding dividends for you. Let us know this, and it will set us free. When we are saying donate, donate, you are not donating into a private pocket. No. When PM was there, when our donation link was generated, it was a powerful company that nobody can break it. So when you donate into that account, don't expect that it's going to any individual account. No, it's going to Biafra government in exile's account. A nation, we are now a nation, but in exile. And so many countries who became government in exile, including France, they had this. Everything we had, we follow the law in a very and more professional way. We are not doing cut and nail nation. No, 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 no. That's why I love my PM. That man is following everything systematically, step by step, in accordance with national and international law. So, my people, when you hear all this, you will know that you have no escape route following these people for their own interest. You will remain slaves forever. You have to donate. You have to support. No matter how bad it is, that Ngozi, and what they do, they will use somebody close to you. If anybody asks me, come and swear, whether I know it or I'm not sure that Ngozi is an agent. Of course she is. The same kind of agency is this man, Ifeanyi Ejiofor. The same thing, Hopeless Uzodinma, all the governors, because they have been to them and they brainwashed them. They have made them understand that these Fulani are your masters. They are the ogas. You must obey them. And we are in support of the Fulanis. Period. No, no, no for Biafrans. We will not take that. We will not take that, my people. We want to be oga in our own nation, because they are oga in their own nation. You cannot bring everybody together since 1914 amalgamation to support the Fulanis. You are hearing it here from this Mr. Smith. It's not fake. It's real, because he is there with his wife.
With the North. What he didn't want was for the two southern parties, the Igbo and the Yoruba, to team up to form the government.
Is it?
Because he believed the North wouldn't tolerate that and talked about leaving the Federation.
The North will not tolerate that in our land. Shame. My people, when you hear nonsense like this, you will be going crazy inside of you. That the North will not tolerate that. Which North? Is not full, not Hausa people, because this North you hear is like geographical position, north, south, east, and west. But who is in the north? The Hausas. Who is in the south? Biafrans. Who is in southwest? Yorubas. The North will not tolerate that. Is the Fulani. Somebody like Sadwana of Sokoto, who said that anywhere you put the Igbo man, they want to make other people close to us, to hate us for no reason. The way God created every tribe is the way God created the Igbos. If you are dealing with an Igbo man, my people, you are not going to get anything bad. These people single-handedly twisted Igbo people to be against themselves, because that was their last resort. And they did it in their country here. I don't want to go into detail, but that is the same way they did to people of Irish. They did it to them. So the Fulani was properly indoctrinated, and they are doing it very, very well, and is working for them, using Hope Uzodinma, using David Umahi, using Charles Soludo, using Ugwuanyi and Peter Mba. All these things, that is their ploy. And we are hearing it here, how they are supporting them, how they have supported them, and how they will tell you that they won't allow the Yorubas and the Igbos to rule Nigeria, that they will not tolerate that. You can imagine people who came from Futajalon coming to your land, teaming with the Igbo man to control you people. This is the problem we have.
So as I learned, in a small way at first, But very rapidly I learned about the election fixing, and as I say, this was confirmed to me by the Governor General. He actually said that he wanted me to know the truth because he wanted me to know how much trouble I was in.
You mentioned statistics. You were collecting figures. Yes. Is that for labor and unemployed people only, or general?
Primarily, but obviously my interest was in the population
of Nigeria.
Yes, and Awolowo, the Yoruba leader of the action group, yep, and Chief Enaharo, they too, other people were saying, where are all these millions of people in the north? Where are they? We're going up there to campaign. We want to know, And you see all these, thousands of miles of not very developed countryside, and yet the northerners are claiming that their voting registration figures are larger than in the south, larger, far more people up there. Well, actually, if you went through the Igbo land, Enugu and that, you saw lots and lots of people. If you went to Ibadan, Ibadan.
My people, you know what he's trying to say here? That North is vast in mass, in geographically, North is larger in size, but there isn't much people there. But if you come to Enugu, you will see thousands of people on the street alone. On the street. So we are smaller in size, but more people in population. Our geographical size, or our size geographically, is very small relatively to what it was, or opposite of what it is in the north. The north have very large land mass. In the south, it wasn't like that. So Awolowo and the Nahoro asked him, let us go to this north and campaign there if they are more in number. But this man is trying to tell you that this number that Hausa is always claiming, they are not. That's why when Tinubu wanted to go and fight Niger people, they were warning them. Because they say that those people are their brothers. That's where they go and bring the people that comes to vote. You really have to know all these things for you to be able to say, no, enough is enough. We have to fight for Biafra, for our freedom, for our liberation. I have to donate. Even if it is little sacrifice that I have to make. Ndị be anyị unu emekie ya wee nweta ife anyị na-achọ. All these long questions, onye a bụ nke onye abụrụ nka, nekwanụ ndị bụ nsogbu anyị ebe a. Nekwanụ ndị a bụ nsogbu anyị. And ndị a ji our PM na Finland. Finland enwere interest ife afame. Familiar because now they are in the EU. 1967 to 1970, when Finland recognized Biafra, Fanoro na EU, they were not EU members. On the oboda, nekwia fanwa jena agbanyelu ndị Finland ijide our PM. Etu Nigeria si we jide Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And onwere ife fa na-ekwu. Ifugie. Let's continue. It's a very interesting video.
Teeming, with millions of people. But we didn't actually see many northerners, and obviously not many northerners at that time came to Lagos. So this did arouse suspicion. Now,
what does this mean for Africa's most populous nation? If the foundation of Nigeria's democracy was deliberately corrupted, can we still call what followed a legitimate system? Have we been building a nation on a lie told before we ever had the chance to speak for ourselves? Smith's confession goes further. He claims the election was rigged specifically to favor the North, not out of justice or merit, but out of strategic colonial design. The idea wasn't to create balance, it was to preserve control. By propping up one region, the British ensured dependency, division, and internal conflict.
They did do a deal with Zik, Dr. Azikiwe, from the East. Dr. Azikiwe, there was this big problem in Nigeria. It's the same big problem in America and in Britain. How do you get funds to fight elections? The candidates in Nigeria had no money, but they did have marketing boards, which were a kind of semi-nationalized industry. And they borrowed money from the marketing boards. But there was a suspicion that Dr. Azikiwe, who has formed his own bank, the African Continental Bank, was actually bankrupt. But he was borrowing very large sums of money from the marketing boards and not necessarily repaying the loans. We knew this. We had a great secret service.
Did you hear that? That they know this, that they have secret service, that there was no money. And the fact that there was no money, all the marketing boards have money, which they were banking and will be able to give Azikiwe a loan. And that loan, he could not pay them back. And they knew that, but they were secretly monitoring him because they want to nail him because he is an Igbo man.
All the politicians' phones were tapped. All the politicians' mail was opened. Everything that any major politician...
Did you hear it? So these people, they have always been the owner of Nigeria. They were opening every mail. After opening it, they read it, they will take photocopy, file it, put the original back, and send it to you and be watching you. That's what he's saying.
...did in Nigeria, we knew in hours. We watched. We knew all that was going on.
Are you saying, in essence, that Dr. Azikiwe took money?
He was blackmailed by the British to do our bidding. We told Dr. Azikiwe
Did you hear that
he could go to prison
if
an inquiry
hear
of
that?
politicians' phones
Listen
was
to
tapped.
this.
All the politicians' mail was opened. Everything that any major politician did in Nigeria, we knew in hours. We watched. We knew all that was going on.
Are you saying, in essence, that Dr. Azikiwe took money?
He was blackmailed by the British to do our bidding.
Did you hear that?
We told Dr.
He was blackmailed by the British to do their bidding. Just like they are using Hope Uzodinma now to do their bidding. Using Ifeanyi Ejiofor to do their bidding. Using Ngozi to do their bidding. Did you hear that? It's good, my people, that those of you listening, listen carefully.
But he was borrowing very large sums of money from the marketing boards and not necessarily repaying the loans. We knew this. We had a great secret service. All the politicians' phones were tapped. All the politicians' mail was opened.
All the politicians' phones were hacked. All the politicians' mails were opened. So they knew this. To tell you that what Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and PM is going through, this is the source. This is the exact source. This is it.
Everything that any major politician did in Nigeria, we knew in hours.
Did you hear that?
We watched.
Anything any major politician do in Nigeria, they knew it. Because they are the ones running Nigeria.
We knew all that was going on.
Are you saying, in essence, that Dr. Azikiwe took money?
He was blackmailed by the British to do our bidding.
Did you hear that? He was blackmailed to do their bidding, to do their dirty job.
And not necessarily repaying the loans. We knew this. We had a great secret service. All the politicians' phones were tapped. All the politicians' mail was opened. Everything that any major politician did in Nigeria, we knew in hours.
You see?
We watched. We knew all that was going on.
Are you saying, in essence, that Dr. Azikiwe took money?
He was blackmailed by the British to do our bidding. We told Dr. Azikiwe that he could go to prison
if
an inquiry was carried out into his bank and his financial circumstances. However, we would not want to be vindictive if Dr. Azikiwe was cooperative in helping forward the plans that we had made in the best interests of Nigeria. Dr. Azikiwe had nothing in common with the northern politicians.
Have you heard it? Azikiwe has nothing in common with the northern politicians, but he was listening to these people who were working for the interest of their own interests and the interests of the Fulanis in the north.
Loathed the northern politicians. But Dr. Azikiwe went north and did as he was told. And what he was promised was this: the real power, effective power, would be in the hands of the northern emirs. However, it would look great if the president was Dr. Azikiwe and he was given a field marshal's uniform and an admiral's uniform. He asked, please, could he have a row of medals? But they said, well, no, that was a bit difficult, to...
So let me tell you what this man is saying. He's saying that they knew all the things that Zik did by way of corruption. They give him loan that he will not be able to pay back, and they are still doing it till tomorrow to Africans. You will not be able to pay back, so you will remain constantly indebted. And the only way for Zik to wriggle out of that problem was to do as he was told. And what did they tell him to do? That he will only be a ceremonial president while the power is given to the Fulani, the emirs in the north. So he will just be a ceremonial president without power. Hello, Wisdom. Thank you so much for joining. On the abun so enwe. Ndi oboda. Ndi oboda fa abun so enwe. Is good for our people to know. So, this man said that the reason they told Zik, if you do what we ask you to do, then you will not go to prison for all the money you owe. And Zik has to comply. Zik became the ceremonial president while the power remains in the north. That's why Fulani today is claiming that Nigeria belongs to them. But Biafra land does not belong to them anyway. We will give all of them that shocking resistance. They will not rule our land.
If the president was Dr. Azikiwe and he was given a field marshal's uniform and an admiral's uniform, he asked, please, could he have a row of medals? But they said, well, no, that was a bit difficult, to get the medals. So when the ambassadors started arriving, he was known to be asking people from foreign countries, perhaps they had a medal for his uniform. We thought this was terrible, but it was said that this happened. He was very vain. And for a time, he functioned as first the Governor General and then when Nigeria became a republic, as the president. But he had no power. And when he did try to tell the army, he said, I'm the field marshal, the army has got to do this. They said, hey, you're just a ceremonial figure. You have no power. The Prime Minister, Balewa, gives us our orders.
Have you heard it? Tafawa Balewa, when Zik became the field marshal without portfolio, without power, just like Ngozi was a minister, COS, without portfolio. COS meant secretary, personal secretary to the prime minister, because she's smartening up now, telling people, I am the surrogate, I am the DPM. When she gets to court, at least I thank God that the court in America is not like the court in Nigeria. Ndị a bụ ndị na-egbu anyị nekwafa. Ọfa na-enye ndị Fulani, people that came from Futajalon welu power nyefa, because Fulani was buying them during the time they were in the zoo. This man say, oh, Mr. Smith, Osinia Bialo service na Nigeria na 1955 to 1960 or whenever that he stayed and returned to UK. This man, this video, the makonyo obuna geya, we malu no ndi aji our PM, jido nyendu for ndi Fulani. Osenafabu, loyal partners to ndi Fulani.
There was a feeling then that there was going to be trouble. And then it was because the Awolowo and the Action Group had become the official opposition. What we British wondered, how could they win another election without the British counting the votes? There could not be another proper run election without us there. We knew what we were doing. We were just helping things along. You know, we were doing what the British do, favouring our friends and looking after our own.
You
and
see?
repaying favours. We don't call that corruption.
That he was only doing what the British do, helping their own, helping their friends, being loyal to them. Fanwa neme everything naga na Nigeria today on their name. Oh, fanwa na course ife niile na afio n'obodo ahụ. Onye ndu eji nekwa ndị jie, PMI nekwa ndị jie on there. And Finland, they know. The reason why I know that, but that now PM Mnk'S case, every evidence, lies and concocted evidence, Fachi Webia, the judge is near get throw you out.
Corruption.
Right.
The Europeans, you know, not stupid. We are watching what's going on in Nigeria. And we too are beginning to feel there's something not quite.
Have you heard it? My people, have you heard it? That Europeans, they are not stupid, that they are watching everything going on in Nigeria. Have you heard it? They are watching. So they are in control, followed by Fulani. That's why we are crying
here that maybe the elections are not going to be as straightforward as they're meant to be. Nigeria was being described as the showcase of democracy, and it was expected that the nationalist leaders would.
Nigeria is a showcase of democracy. Have you heard it from the horse's mouth? These are the owners of Nigeria. Showcase is when somebody is showing you a replica of the original as an invitation to treat you. ITT, invitation to treat. Democracy, showcase of democracy, because they do not follow real democracy. They do not practice real democracy because they are the ones ruling Nigeria. controlling. He said that they hack phones of politicians, they open their mails, and they control everything that goes on in Nigeria. So it's like in those days in the Bible, if you are a pastor or man of God, you are going to the altar. If your hands are not clean, you will fall there and die. And another person cannot go in there to go and bring out that person that died. Maybe another person will die as well. So they learn how to put a string on their ankle. So when you get there and you are a bad man and you fall at that altar and die, they will use that string and pull you out so that another person will not die. So they put Nigeria under check and control. Mana Biafra bonde farmer control. That's why Faji jide onye ndu na Nigeria, jide PM na Finland. And that is why we must always donate on this link so that we will keep moving on. And when countries may agree with these people that will recognize us. Yes. And when country fanandi are there for eye to eye that can recognize us. This story that this man is telling here, every Biafra should hear it.
Win through. But actually, when the election results were announced by the Governor-General, before the vote was even in, didn't count for that, he didn't wait for that. I have to tell you, the British were counting the votes, and the British cannot be trusted. They look after their friends. Loyalty is the big thing for the British.
That the British cannot be trusted, that they look after their friends and their own interests too. That's what he's saying. So, Faji PM, Jidonye Ndumaze Nnamdi Kanu. The only way you people will agree with me is for us to donate. Donate. Use this biafragov.org/donate. Whatever anybody is coming to tell you, all these content creators, do not mind them. They are looking for clout. Nekwandi GPM na onye ndu Maazị Nnamdi Kanu maka na Nigeria bụ their business. Inugi, and this man okwuchakwala okwu a wee sị na ya kiaro ma fagbugodie because na ya akago nka. O sị na ya dị 80 something na this video. The longer version of it. You know? O sị na ya mindro fagbugodie na ya na ekwu eziokwu. Let's continue.
And we were friends with the emirs of the north.
They are
we
friends
looked on people
with the emirs
like
of the north.
Inaharo and Awolowo as rather dangerous people. They might even be communists. That's ridiculous, actually. They couldn't be communists in 1,000 years. But this was a sort of thing that was being said. And we were, Europeans, were getting a bit worried about all this. It wasn't quite the honest, straightforward election that we were hoping for.
If one region was handed power at the expense of others, is it any surprise that distrust still defines Nigeria's politics today? How much of today's ethnic and regional tension is the result of a game played decades ago? Was Nigeria ever united, or just temporarily glued together by imperial convenience? Perhaps the most shocking part is Smith's admission that Northern leaders at the time were not only aware of this manipulation, but proud of it.
Now, if you recall what you said about the role of the Governor General and the attitude of the British government in particular, regarding the fear that Awolowo, Okotie-Eboh, and the lot of them from the south are dangerous, is there a particular reason? Why the fear from the British government? Is it that they don't want to release or relinquish Nigeria, or they still want to control Nigeria?
They knew that the North would do as they said after independence. If it had any, the North would just, because it was their habit, they liked the British, whereas the nationalists were an unknown factor. Actually, when they took the flag down and hoisted the Nigerian flag, not one of the major nationalist politicians was there. They weren't even on the platform. This was incredible. These were the people who had sought independence. The people in the north didn't want independence. They didn't want the British to leave. So this was a farce. And for most Europeans who were very close and watching this, we were disgusted. We thought this really had been manipulated, this election. It was unworthy. It was unworthy of the British people, this. This was no honest, straightforward thing that you would expect Britain, the mother of parliaments, to do. This was cheap and low and criminal. And I opposed it. And I opposed it then, and I've opposed it ever since. And I'm telling you the truth. And I was warned, if I told you this state secret, my life could be forfeit.
Did you hear that? That this is cheap. This is criminal. He mentioned it. He talked about it. And he was warned by his people. You heard what he said. This is why we will always come here to tell you, do not listen to all these content creators. Some of them were not even born when Biafra had the first war. Not war. Nigeria brought war against us. With this group of people, they helped them. Russia, Egypt, they fought Biafra. They massacred our people. Genocide. It was not war because Ojukwu was not prepared for war. Even Yakubu Gowon was not prepared for war, but they mandated him to do that. As this man, Smith, said here, that they will use you to do their dirty bidding. That is exactly what Ejiofor was used for, to bring Onyendu back. And on their plan, how Onyendu was brought back. Plan on how to keep our PM. We don't have to give our enemies that satisfaction. We have to pay, donate for Biafra to come. Or everybody be friend of the UK. So that Kai Rapo Nigeria for good. Ka Fulani Chiba Nigeria. Fulani the only 13 million. The number of Biafrans who voted was up to 56 to 57 million Biafrans. And those who did not vote may be like 30 million. So Biafrans are up to 80-something million. Nigeria is 300 and nearly 400 million. And Fulani is only 13 million. What made them become this strong? All the support of their foreign allies. That's the support. Let us listen to this girl and we will conclude. If you do not donate and help and support our BLA, no matter what any content creator will come and paint for you, you have to hear the source of your problem. You have to know how to solve your problem. And the only solution is donation. Because right now, Femegondi Fulani to stick to that our oil. And the Kita Obuna Putin, Abanyugo, their own gas and oil coming to them from Russia. Fa chozili, ibute oil anwa na befa, sie na supply in the Europe ndị ọzọ, their money will be everlasting. Mana ndị ba ya aga m agwa unu, ọ bụrụ na Putin nwere ike ịgbanyụ oil nke gbanyụọ gas ya, anyị nwa ga-agbanyụkwa that one. Let us not bother about that so much. There are things, when you have 2 or 3 problems, you choose the one that is very immediate. And the one to me that is very immediate, which many of you who are genuine will agree with me, is our donation. Constant donation is like a sacrifice. It's not a force. Anyaburo jihadist that forces people to do what they don't like to do. But if you genuinely want to support Biafra to come, try and donate. Whether you donate a Gemma, we will appreciate it. You donate a J, we will appreciate it. But do something. It's not what any content creator is telling you that will bring Biafra. No. Some of them will say it, paint any color, and they will have 100 views, 100,000 views, 1 million views. After that, will Biafra come? And the answer is no, my people. No. When Biafra comes, it's like this, my hair now. When the hair was giving me troubles, I cut it down. Is it not growing up? That is how it will be when Biafra comes. Everything you have lost at this time by way of donation, it will all multiply. My people, it will multiply. Fa chọrọ ka iwelu ọchịchị anyị because fa chọrọ ịdị na-ebu oyila anyị without paying for it. That's why they want to buy Ibrahim Traore. You will come to their country. They will use immigration, use this, use that to cage you up. Deportation, this and that. You want to go back to Africa, to go and make your country good. They don't want it. Maybe tomorrow, there's a video I will bring so that I will analyze that one further like this one. You will understand why we have to work hard to come out of the hands of these Europeans that are controlling Africa. So they want Traore to leave Africa, to remain dirty, to remain poor. Do you people know that in Africa, hello, Omuka, thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate you so much, my wonderful people. Remember to click the like button, share this video. Maka na ndị be anyị ga-amụta ifefe amaro na this video ngosi today. Fa ga-amụta that noburo what content creator is telling you that will bring you Biafra. Ife ga-ewetelu gị Biafra bụ to support our liberation army. Etu a ka anyị ga-esi wee gbakpuo Nigeria, Fulani, na ndị a na-support fa. Whenever they say not, oburo not Hausa, or not Fulani, or not Fulani. At least now Fulani have exposed themselves to the world. Nafabo, the worst terrorist group in the whole world. Tell me, who will support them? Nobody. But because of the oil. But what I told you people before, I will repeat it again. For any of these countries to recognize us is like this, my people. Recognition is like an investment. If we show the world that we can control and maintain our territory, that we are a powerful nation, they will be able to invest in us. It's like going to invest on a cryptocurrency. You have to look for the currency that is powerful, and you will invest there. You cannot go and waste your money on an investment that will fail you. So the more we donate and make our liberation army to clean our land of all these Fulani Marudas, then those that will come and recognize you will know that indeed you are good to be invested on. Because they won't just pronounce that they recognize you. They will be supporting you with everything they have. Yes, that is what is connected to recognition. So we need to sacrifice. We need to show the world, those we want to recognize us, that we are powerful enough, that we can do it. And anybody telling you anything, I'm not saying that people must come to my platform, no. But all these content creators that you go to their platform, they will be telling you, PM said this, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said this. That is not the truth. The reality, bụ ife a m gosiri unu today. Ife a unu ge today, nya bụ the real McCoy. Nya bụ ebe a nọ. Nsogbu anyị bụ ndị nwa bekee. Fulani enwere ebe fa ji azụ eje. Ma ọ bụ na ị donate, ndị a na-agbara anyị mgbọ, those men, fa dị ready. Fa ma ife fa na-eme. And ọ na-afịa Nigeria arụ. That is the only way I get you with if I natural. It's not by content creators painting everything yellow and black, green and red. Then I say platform onya on a boko on a kwezi no. Go straight to the point. That's what I believe in. Donation. That's the thing Kenya in Biafra. Because onye ji egbe ọ gbapụsịa mgbọ niile dị ya n'ime, ọ ga-enidi ego ọ ga-eji gote ọzọ ka o tinyekwu. Ofu egbe nwere ike last alụ mmadụ for 10 years. Mana mgbọ pụrụ anọdụ a na-achịta azụ. So we need to replace it. Thank you so much, Onwuka. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you, my brother. I do appreciate you so much. All of you, unu the wonderful. So this video, let us listen to this girl's analysis.
True, this points to willing collaboration, not passive benefit. It begs the question, were some leaders more interested in personal gain than national unity? Should history judge those who accepted colonial favors the same way we honor those who resisted? And if the early elite celebrated their unfair advantage, did they ever truly represent the will of the people, or only the will of the empire? According to Smith, this foundational betrayal seeded decades of instability, from systemic corruption to military coups, and ultimately the Biafran War. That war wasn't simply a call for secession. It was a scream against a structure that many saw as inherently unjust. If the system was never meant to be fair, how can its laws, elections, and institutions ever fully serve the people? Could it be that Nigeria's greatest problem isn't corruption, but a false beginning? And if so, is it too late to rebuild the foundation? Smith concludes by saying he did not stay silent. He raised his concerns with the British Governor-General, but was ignored. That silence by the authorities is perhaps the loudest truth of all. This wasn't a mistake. This was betrayal by design. And it raises a powerful question. Does the late regret of one honest man erase the actions of a colonial empire that knowingly destabilized an entire nation? Should Britain be held accountable, not just morally, but politically, for what its policies caused? Or will Nigeria forever be expected to heal from wounds that were never self-inflicted? Disclaimer, this video is intended for educational and informational purposes only. It is based on publicly available historical accounts, scholarly interpretations, and documented testimonies. We do not promote hate, discrimination, or conspiracy, only reflection, education, and justice. Viewer discretion is advised.
I mean, in essence, what Dr. Azikiwe did, it was forced by the British government to do it.
Yeah.
Collecting money from the marketing board then.
Yeah.
So if any politician here in the United Kingdom.
Yes, as the young lady said, my own disclaimer was done from the beginning, but as go intermittently, I have to do my own disclaimer that this very program is merely educative to my people, the Biafrans. It does not intend to create any violent behavior by any Biafran. Or we are not haters. We don't hate anybody. We are fighting for survival. We are fighting to be free like every other nation. So many countries fought for their independence, and that is exactly what we are doing. I am not doing this to cause violence or to cause hate. It is for our people to know what transpired, because he said that he worked in Nigeria 1955. For those who were not born then, to know the history, where we came from, how it all emanated. So my people, with this calculated conspiracy, I have my own disclaimer that this is not intended for violence or for anything that will jeopardize anyone. We are doing it to educate ourselves, because we have found ourselves in the middle of nowhere, where we have nothing to do but to hold each other's hand and encourage each other to stand strong. Because when you are doing anything that is too difficult for you, you speak up and you look for those who will partner with you to spread the news and the gospel for others to know and mind how they walk and how they go. So this is it, my people. That's my own disclaimer about this very program. It was not intended for any violence, not at all. Not at all. Thank you so much, Dummy. Thank you. Thank you, my brother. Kekwana ife anyị ga-eme. Ọkwa fanyela anyị internet. So we have to use it to our own benefit. I know that all these things that Smith is saying, he said it regardless of all the threat. But he's also doing it, or he did it, to educate those who were not there in 1955. So we have to know what transpired. Unfortunately, the children growing up in that region called Nigeria, they don't know anything about history, because this is included in my disclaiming messages, that they never allow children to read, to have opportunity of reading history. Onwere ife ụmụaka be anyị ma gbasatalụ the past, present. Yes. Thank you, Uche. Thank you so much. Daalụ, my people. I appreciate all of you. Ndị nwa bekee fache na fama ife. Agwago m unu before, and I'm going to repeat it. The only way I ga-esi meri ndị a bụ donate. It's like a sacrifice. Make it. All sacrifice that will benefit you in future. You will not lose out. Donate. Let me tell you, wherever Onyendu not today, or our PM, they will only be happy in na Biafra land. Na ndị Fulani aka overrun. Maka no ndị a na-alakwunyere what they are doing. That's why Fajem everything faneme. And nobody is calling them to caution. Because Fama na ndị obodo a no fanazo chem. Lawlessness bụ second name ndị Fulani. So ka anyị nwa tụba ego ka ndị na-agbara anyị mgbọ ka fafu ifefa ji agba dịka egbe, onye ji egbe anwa bụ metal, and o nwere ike ịdị ya n'aka arụ iri ọzọ na-abịa, mana ọ gbapụ ofu mkpụrụ mgbọ nke anwa apụgo, it will not come back. O jegodo tụta mkpụrụ mgbọ anwa, ọ dịgo useless. So na anyị need donate. Rapụ na ife anybody ga na-abịa agwa unu ife na-asọ unu ụsọ. Ife PM gwa ndị ministers bụ anyị dị n'otu, make sure na ndị anọ naanị na na-enyefe ifefa n'idi. Ọ gụcha ife anyị n'idi, ọ bụrụ platform onye nke a ọ na-emekwa ọfụma. Kedu onye na-eme ọfụma na platform? Onye anwa ga-agwa gị nke bụ eziokwu. And nekwa nke bụ eziokwu here. Let me display it. Neya, nekwa ife ga-azọpụta anyị maka na ndị ọcha tụgburu onwe fa n'egwu. You will be wondering why Faja alụ ngwa agha. ọ maka na ike agha dịrọfa ọ ngwa agha fa gba gị ya fafụ na ị na-abịa fa gba gị ya so that na imelute fa nso. Anyị ebigo na befa malụ ndị ọcha very well. Anyị nwere ana ngwa agha wee chụọ fa na ndị Fulani na our land. Ike agwụfa. Because this man Obu Smith, he said it. Na ya gwalụ ndị befa na ife afa na-eme na ọ dụrọ mma. But fegeria ntị. They did not listen. Ọ ndị a gbara alụ wee jide onye ndu na Kenya. Fanwa jekwa gbaa alụ wee jide our PM. Ka fa wee lee pipe fa from obodo anyị wee lute ebe a. So, onye na fight for interest in the befa, what of you? We have our own interest. How do you fight it? Fage use Fulani. Fulani use only governors. Governors use Umubai. Ifanye Ejiofor. Ngozi Orabueze. All these people Bondi Fane use. Bondi Ocha. That is the chain, the line of their usage. Etufasi use mmadụ. Una anugo ife nwoke akọ here. So, ka use ego anyị, ka ego anyị nụọla anyị data ọgụ. Ka o kutela anyị ngwa agha. Ọgwụcha ife ga-eme PM ka ọ dị happy. Ọgwụcha ife ga-eme onye ndu ka ọ dị happy. Onye ndu dị, ọ sị that he will not disappoint us. The first thing m gosi 2 hours ago mbido this program bụ his hearing. Onye Igbo si na afia bụ onye amị, onye Owere bịa gbaa onye ndu akaebe today. Amasị, and the whole thing mezie George dị confused. Wee sị na adjourn all the case from today na ọ ga-abụzi on the 18th. Una fugie. The guy si na ya bụ onye ESN. O si na onye ndu gwara ya gbuo 2,000 people ka e wee kwa iko nsọ. Ajụọ ya si ya kedu mgbe ị join ESN? O si na 2019. Mana onye ndu declare ESN na 12th of December 2020. Asị okay, kedu ife gị na onye ndu ji akpa? O si na private ife nwa. Kedu kwani ya? Ọ dịrọ. All lies. Hope Uzodimma na-agbalụ ndị Fulani boy ka Fabia Islamize ya Owerri, Biafra land, everything. Ọkwa echi ọba plane na obodo ọzọ jebili. Ndị Fulani anọdụ na South East n'ebe ndị mmadụ aka, n'ebe ndị mmadụ olu. Sharia. It will never happen in Biafra land. Not at all, my people. It will not. I really don't like coming here. Ka m na-agwa unu ife unu chọrọ ịnụ. Enwekwa ike ife m na-ekwu adị unu mma, nwee ike ọma adị unu mma, mana nke bụ eziokwu bụ donation. Ọnya bụ eziokwu. And ọnya ga-emeri ndị ọcha na-asọpọtụ ndị Fulani. Merikwuo ndị Fulani na onwefe ike agwụgwọ fa because ndị a na-eyuzu fa and ike gwụrụ fa. But they cannot say no to them. Maka na fama na anyị nwa bụ Biafrans na anyị bụ ọkpụkpụ, anyị gbado ụfa n'onu. But my people, how do we go on? Donation, donation, donation. That is the truth. Onwero any platform ga na-epentilu gị okwu red, na-epentilu gị blue, na-epenti green to give you a rainbow color. Gbachi onye anwa nkịtị. Nekwe ife bụ our way out. This donation for BLA. Ọgwụ. That's all. Onye ọbụla gwa onwe nke bụ eziokwu. No matter any platform ije, ewete video onye nke akọcha ya, ewete nke onye nke akọcha ya, that will not give us Biafra. Aya ọbụla sịrị ka anyị bịara ịgba here. We did not come here to gossip. We came here to educate our people on a way out of our problem. So, my people, I thank all of you that came here today to watch what we are doing. This is one of the Breji platforms. We do not preach hate. We do not preach violence. But freedom is our inalienable right. We have to defend ourselves from our attackers, because Southeast is not north, is not southwest. We are in our land, and somebody came to fight us. We have to defend ourselves. I will leave you here, my people, and I will encourage you to remain strong. No matter the lies anybody come to tell you, the nitty-gritty is our donation. That's all. Our gallant men, they are not tired of defending our land. No, defense is legal. You have right to defense. At least the video nwoke a njikwa okwu, ife niile o kwuru sie n'ọnụ pụta. I only analyzed it and highlighted it. So I have made my own, my own speech, and onye nwere uche will run with everything they heard here today. And I will see you again tomorrow. All hail Biafra, peace, progress, unity, and equity. Ndị be anyị lotakwa n'ife okoko ndị m gwara anyị during the war, na onye ndị ilo gbara gburugburu na-eche ndụ ya nche mgbe niile. Ụmụ Biafra, unu alarụkwanụla, unu alarụ n'ụla at all. Biko jisie na obi unu ike. We are winning. Ndị Finland, the last update, the update of what happened today, I will bring it tomorrow, because once they contact our ministers, they will give us the update, and I come tomorrow and give you the update on PM's hearing. I have given the update on our leaders' hearing. So Onyendu is winning, and our PM, as at last week, he won them hands down. One of those DOS, he ran away from the court. Evidence. And the judge is, if an evidence never produce, not all the mixed up, that she will not accept it. If you get, so I get set to PMI free. God, good evening from here, and God bless you all. As you donate, God will enrich you. Bye from here.